How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing today? We are going over the match week 4 for the Premier League. There are some headline games, one in particular that caught my eye, but I think this is gonna be a very interesting week nonetheless. To get right into it, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. I think this is a game where Chelsea need to rebound bad, and I don't think Crystal Palace is going to make it very easy for them. This is not going to be a walk in the park by any means, unless Crystal Palace simply just don't show up. I'll be going over this more in depth later, but I think it's going to be a 3-1, but a very unfair scoreline to Crystal Palace. Now, Everton versus Brighton is actually a very interesting one that I do want to watch too, because Everton are obviously on a very hot streak right now, and Brighton are overachieving. Tariq Lamptey in particular is having a breakout season already. And it's going to be interesting. It's a big test. It's a decent test for Everton, but I feel like it's a bigger test for Brighton as to whether they can continue the form they're in and whether they'll be a better, mid-table side than a lot of other teams. But ultimately, I think this is Everton's game to lose. I think Everton are just really hot right now. They've scored 3, 4, 5 goals in all their matches so far. So I think this is Everton's match to lose. I'm going to give it a little bit of credit. I think it's going to be another 3-2 to Brighton. Sorry to all the Brighton fans out there. But I could see Brighton pulling it out. I could definitely see that happening. Again, it's a bit of a toughie, but I think Everton edge it out. Now, Leeds versus Manchester City is another one that's actually surprisingly difficult to call. I feel like if you asked before the season started, you'd probably automatically say City. Almost immediately, you'd probably say like 5-0 City. Can you guys hear that? I'm pretty sure you guys can hear that. Not the car that's about to pass. That like that's what I have to deal with regularly. It makes it difficult to record these videos. Anyways, I apologize if you guys can still hear like the ringing or whatever in the background. I've literally had to sit here for like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna try and blaze through this quickly so I don't have to deal with all these other noises. Leeds versus City is one that's a bit difficult to call because Leeds have played a different brand of football coming out of the break. They've really come out and attacked and had an exciting attack. So I still think City edge them, but I think it's gonna be a similar sort of scoreline to Liverpool v Leeds. But I'm going to give City a little bit of leeway. I feel like they need to bounce back after that Leicester loss. However, I don't think they'll be able to keep Leeds out of the goal. Now, Newcastle, Burnley. Newcastle just had a decent draw with Spurs. It was okay. Burnley haven't really done too much out of the break. They've lost both their games. And I don't see them getting their first win here. I think Newcastle takes this one 2-0. Now, Leicester City versus West Ham. West Ham actually surprised me with a 4-0 win over Wolves. I think Wolves are just that bad right now. This one's a bit tough to call purely based on West Ham. They've been very up and down recently, but I still think Leicester City come out with a win. I'm going to give a little bit of credit to West Ham, but I think another Jamie Vardy hat trick or something like that will get them over the line over West Ham. Now, Southampton versus West Brom. West Brom actually looked good against Chelsea, particularly in that first half where they were actually pressing and forcing mistakes. So if they keep that up, then I think they could easily handle Southampton, who played a very, very boring game against Burnley this past weekend. It was super boring. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one to West Brom. I think it's going to be a 2-0, comfortable 2-0 win. Arsenal, Sheffield. Sheffield are on a big downward spiral right now. It's not good for them. Not looking good for them at all. They're looking like relegation favorites already, which is not what I wanted for them. Bless you to whoever that was. I don't know if you guys heard that sneeze. Now Arsenal, I think, should come out with this win. I want to give credit to Sheffield, but I feel like Arsenal will ultimately be too strong. 3, I don't know, because Sheffield have lost what was it, 2-0, 1-0, and then 1-0. They just can't score. They're defending well enough, they just can't score. I want to give them credit for this one, but I think that ultimately Arsenal will just be too strong. I'm gonna go big for Arsenal, 3-0. I think Sheffield will get another slap in the face, and this one's gonna be worse than all the other ones. than their other losses. Moving on, Wolves, Fulham. Fulham look awful. Definitely a relegation favorite, in my opinion. They don't look good at all. They don't look like they belong in the Premier League at all. Wolves are another team that are struggling for some weird reason. I mean, Wolves have proven to be a good side. Maybe Diogo Jota was that big part of a team. Or that big of a part of the team. I don't know, but Wolves are just struggling a lot. And I think this is the game that they come out of their rut. I think this is the game where they win, not too comfortably. Do I give them a clean sheet or 1 to Fulham? I'm gonna be 2-0 Wolves, and I could very much see it being worse if Wolves can pick up their form again. Manchester United Spurs is probably the biggest headline matches. You have 2 of the big 6 going against each other. I feel like this one depends a little more on Spurs. Whether Spurs sit back and defend or whether they come out and press. I could easily see this coming out to another draw like last season. I think one of the games they played, I think, was a draw. But I'm gonna give Manchester United the edge. I think Manchester United will beat Spurs. I think Spurs play too slow, play too defensive, refuse to come out and press, and that'll cost them. I could very much see that game coming out to a draw though. Or being a bigger win for United. I don't know. I just don't really see Spurs winning that game. And if they do, I'll look like a fool. I just think United are going to press Spurs a lot. And Spurs are just going to sit back and take it. And that's going to be their downfall. Aston Villa, Liverpool. I don't see that going any other way. Liverpool on an upward trend. Whereas Aston Villa haven't really faced anyone. I mean, they faced Sheffield, where Sheffield got a red card early in the game. Fulham, who again are just not looking good. Stoke, and that's it. I think because they had that postponed game, they really haven't had any serious competition. And I think Liverpool's on an upward trend right now. They're looking even better with every game that's going on. So I think they comfortably get past Aston Villa. They are going to miss Sadio Mane because he did test positive for the coronavirus, but they have Diogo Jota, and he's already proven to be a pretty good fit for them, just based off that performance off the bench against Arsenal. So I think that Liverpool comfortably take Aston Villa. Yeah, those are my predictions for this week's Premier League games. What are your guys' thoughts? What are your guys' predictions? Do you think I got any of them completely wrong? Let me know. Go ahead. And hopefully, I mean, I'm obviously going to be watching the Chelsea game, but the Everton-Brighton game, the Leeds City game, and then whether Sheffield and Wolves can bounce back, those are going to be the things I'm looking out for. And hopefully it just turns out to be a good week overall, some good matches. Nothing like Southampton-Burnley. Yeah, those are my predictions. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified when I upload. Go check out my socials. My Twitter is @BlueHermit1. My Instagram is @BlueHermit_. Share the socials with all your family, friends, everybody know. Let the people know Blue Hermit's where it's at, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.